Hey everybody, well welcome to part 2 of episode 101. This episode I was looking to get finished yesterday. I didn't have time to do it, so part 2, it's only a couple of days since we just beat Watford in the FA Cup 4th round, but this is such a big game, such an important game that I wanted to do it as a live com. So we are still second in the championship. But you can see Brighton are in 4th and they are just 1 point behind us. We are ahead of West Brom on goal difference and a point ahead of Brighton. We are only 8 points clear of Nottingham Forest and Blackburn. Nottingham Forest have kind of been inconsistent, but they're playing Norwich away today, who are on a decent run of form at the moment, and Blackburn playing Leicester, which is another huge game between two clubs that are both looking for at least a playoff spot this season. So I really think that if we can get the points against Brighton here, it's a real opportunity to start opening up a little bit of space. I can see those other clubs taking points off each other today. So well, let's get into it. There's only a couple of things to talk about before we get into the game. So yeah, let's go and let's see what happens today. Yes, welcome once again to Dog Turds into Diamonds here with AFC Rushden and Diamonds in the Championship. Yes, we are second. There are, 16 games to go? This is a huge game away against Brighton, who came down from the Premier League last season. This is basically probably the toughest away game we've still got left, apart from West Brom. So this is absolutely huge. We have been very free scoring of late. We have been on really good form. I really hope we can get a landmark victory against a contender, a competitor here. Yeah, I think we're looking really good, but we have slipped up regularly against these other playoff chasing teams. So it's a little bit of pressure. Before we get into that, little bit of sad news. Callum Simpson has moved on from West Brom. He is now at Blackburn. I'm pleased to see he does already have a game for them. He went for 2.4 million. Of course, never played a game for West Brom. Signed from us for 1.7 million. They've made a little bit of profit on him. But yeah, he had 3 seasons on loan for us after playing a season after we signed him on a free from Manchester City. He was our captain. I think he's a potential Premier League defender, maybe a bottom-end Premier League defender. I think he's got lots of ability. I would love to get him back in, but for now, he is a Blackburn player, and Blackburn, of course, are one of the other teams going for those playoff spots. Now, in terms of our form, yeah, this is absolutely huge. We've of course got Chelsea coming up in March in the FA Cup. We have got to take on Brighton here, and then we take on 22nd place Barnsley at home, Derby at home, who are struggling to avoid relegation despite all the money they've spent, and then a couple of tough away games against Huddersfield and Middlesbrough. I think if we get a result here, I think these 4 games are winnable. I think we've got a good chance of taking points from them and Portsmouth at home and Bristol City at home, although Bristol City are also another team looking at playoffs. So I think we've got kind of a 6-7 game run where we could maybe just really establish ourselves in that second place, but it all depends on getting a result in today's game. Norwich away is going to be really tough. Preston at home we would maybe expect to win. Wigan we would fancy our chances. Swansea at home we would fancy our chances, and Stoke away on the well, it's not the final game of the season because I'm not looking at the bottom of the schedule there. Stoke away, they are in the relegation zone, so that is a good little run there. The last 4 games, West Brom away, unbelievably tough. Plymouth at home we would expect to win. Leicester away, unbelievably tough, and Blackburn at home could be a decisive game. So I feel like with this game today and then going all the way down to Bristol City, we really need to try and get as many points as possible in those games there to give us a little bit of a cushion. We might not get the points against Norwich. They seem to have started to pick up. Preston, Wigan, Swansea, Stoke are winnable again. So I really feel like this run here is where we have got to try and earn our place in the Premier League, because those last 4 games, 3 of those games, we could easily end up with 3 defeats. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be tough. But let's see how it goes. So only a couple of days rest since the FA Cup. Brighton are in the same situation. They came down from the Premier League, so they have a very strong team. Pablo Vinicius scored against us in the home game where we drew 3-3. He is fantastic, has 14 championship goals this season. Really quick. I might have to play a deeper defensive line. Great composure, anticipation, brilliant flair, good off the ball, great finisher, great first touch. Yeah, he is one of the standout players in this division. So they are going to be a real goal threat. Ricardo Martinez looks a half-decent winger. Brian Hill, now 32 years old, but still, from what we can see here, an exceptional winger. He is going to be really dangerous. Basically, these are 2 of the best attacking teams in the league, aren't they? Snyder Camargo doesn't look great shakes, doesn't look bad either. Great agility there. And just moving down, Gibson Hammond looks kind of an average championship midfielder, 19-year-old on loan from Everton, looks half decent. Calvin Stebbing, let's have where have I gone? How have I gone to Club Vision there? What happened there? Calvin Stebbing, again, kind of an average midfielder. Maybe we can get something out of him in midfield. At the back, Ryan Savage doesn't look like a particularly exceptional centre-back. We're probably seeing here why they end up getting relegated from the Premier League. Their central defenders don't look fantastic. Harry Mearns is an Everton player that I have tried to get in on loan a number of times. He's always gone somewhere else, and that's been the case this season. He's a decent left back for championship level. And Thomas Cranchey, well, if he's playing right back today, he really doesn't look great, does he? So I think this one could be a real shootout. I think it's basically going to come down as to who gets the goals. Now, we do have a problem in that Mavididi has got the flu. So we need to bring someone else in on the left wing. Now, normally I would think about Ellis Chapman. He has played left back last game, but so let's just move in there. He has played left back last game because Dylan Jones was suspended. Dylan Jones is still suspended. Okay, so Ellis Chapman is going to have to continue there. And I think what I'm going to do is, rather than do a like-for-like replacement with Kennedy, I think I'm going to bring Ibson Toledo in there. Yeah, Kennedy has not had a good second half of the season. Since he confirmed that he is going to leave us on a free transfer in the summer, he has kind of fallen away. So I'm going to bring Toledo in there. Who else have we got on the bench? Yeah, there's not really any other options there. So Rocco Vata, who is going back to Scotland to join Motherwell at the end of the season, he is going to come in as the striker option on the bench. A decent deep line forward. You can see we've got lots of tired players, but I'm not going to change anything. I feel like I say, Brighton are in the same situation. They played a couple of days ago in the FA Cup too. So we're going to go like that. And yeah, I don't know what to expect here. I think they have amazing attacking quality. They play with a number 10 just like we do. It's going to be tricky. It's going to be about who can get those goals. We have been very, very free scoring. And you know what? I have literally just realised that after starting to record, I didn't put my phone on silent. So I'm going to do that now, just to avoid any interruptions there. Yeah, we have been very, very free scoring of late. Ever since we changed to that balanced team mentality, it's really set us up well for the season. And what I don't know what I should do. I want to keep Toledo as an inverted winger, or do I make him an inside forward? If I keep him as an inverted winger, we don't actually sort of change the tactical setup. But he's only got 9 crossing and only 10 passing. I don't really see him as a winger. So I'm going to play him as an inside forward. And we're going to set up here. I tell you what, losing Mavididi is a big blow. He's been having a fantastic season. He's weighed in with goals. I think he's our top assister as well. Yeah, just a key player, no doubt about it. So that is definitely a blow. Not having Dylan Jones at left back, also a blow. So that left side could be a little bit vulnerable. Brighton have won 4 of their last 5 in the league. They're in a really good run. Let's have a look. Let's show them how good we are. I'm going with that. I'm not going to go with pick up where you left off because they never seem to respond to that. The players, it looks like, are well motivated for this. Let's get into it and let's see if we can at least pick up a point here against Brighton. I would be absolutely delighted. We're on a good run of form. It would be great to keep that going, but just although a win gives us a little bit of a gap on them, just sort of not letting them overtake us, I think would be great with the run of games we've got coming up that seem quite winnable. But that is an awful pass from Harry Weeks. Jamie Weeks. Harry Weeks? I'm thinking of Harry Winks, aren't I? Jamie Weeks. That is an absolutely abysmal. What was he even thinking there? That is absolutely awful. And Pablo Vinicius gobbles that up for his 15th championship goal of the season. What a disastrous start. That is absolutely awful. And is he offside there? That absolutely looks like offside. We've been on the wrong end of some offside decisions this season. And that one there does not look good. And 8 minutes in, I'm already thinking about changes here. What a disastrous start with the form that we've been on. To start like that is absolutely horrific. And a big long ball over the top from Igor Luiz goes all the way back to the keeper, easily cut out. Ibsen Toledo couldn't get onto it. As quick as he is, the defender anticipated it well. So we are now on the back foot again. Cross coming in and it's 2-0. And once again, Pablo Vinicius is just looking imperious, isn't he? This is an absolute disaster. I'm going to berate the players. We are dropping to 4th as it stands. And I knew this was going to be a tough away game. But even so, to be 2-0 down after 9 minutes is obviously not what we wanted. 2 shots on target for them, 2 goals. And we have now got a long way back in this game. This is an absolutely terrible start. And a ball on for Toledo. Can he finish? And you've got to finish that, Ibsen. You've got to finish it. And that's the difference right there. Vinicius has had 2 chances, scored 2 goals. And as Brady now heads over, we have had 2 great chances. And we have not taken them. That is really disappointing. I'm going to demand more from the players here. They've responded well to that. Can we get ourselves back in this game? Norwich drawing with Nottingham Forest. A Norwich win there would be quite nice. That would keep Nottingham Forest out of the automatic promotion picture, really. If they were to win today and we lose, they go only 6 points behind, and now it's 3. Oh dear. Right, I'm going to make changes before we see any highlights here. I'm going to go more direct, and I'm going to get stuck in, and I'm going to really press them. And even play narrow defensively. Now, I don't have any specific marking set up, because when we play against the number 10, I don't like specifically marking, because I feel like your players can get dragged around by marking that number 10. Norwich now beating Forest, which is good. Yeah, I don't like to specifically mark, because the number 10 can kind of pull everybody around as we nearly go 4-0 down. And if we can get one back here, it might be the start of something. Headed away, but it's back to Parkin. Can he get a cross in? He can't. Louise back to Apaya. Players retaking their positions now as the play develops here. Can Igor Louise get a cross in? He can. To Johnson. Johnson finds Toledo, and we might be back into it. Toledo with his 19th of the season. Not many of those in the league. Most of them in the Papa John's Trophy, but he has been a reliable source of goals when he's played. And that's a decent little move. Anthony Johnson getting another assist. Fantastic season from him. And we've got to try and keep this going now. We have had more shots and more shots on target. They have just had that little bit of extra quality, which is what we've seen. Okay, let's have a look. Let's point the finger. Go on, I'll go with Ollie Gunner. Show me something different in the second half. I'm going to try and G up Harry Brady. So we're back in it, hopefully. Let's demand more or encourage. Let's have a look. Let's see how this highlight plays out first. It's a big long ball over the top. Brady gets there, but it's Kakiao, and we are back in it. Mario Kakiao with his 10th of the season. That's a little story I haven't told you about. The contract saga which is developing with Mario Kakiao. I'll tell you all about it at the end of this game. But that is great to see him pop up with that goal. And we are back in this now. The perfect time to score. What a comeback. Let's encourage the players here. Let's see if there is more in this game. We are the better side when you look at the stats. We've got a better XG. We've conceded 3 goals. They've got a 0.87 XG. Absolutely horrendous. But we've got another highlight here, and we are looking like the team in the ascendancy. Is this another chance here? Oh, and Johnson, why did you not take it on, Anthony Johnson? It opened up for you to go through on goal, and you instead tried to find Toledo with a pass there. And they now get the counter-attack, and that has got to be offside. There was no way that was ever onside. Come on, boys. Let's demand more here. Yeah, I was never worried. It was clearly offside there. A lack of awareness from Pablo Vinicius. Let's demand more. And if this goes in, I could be jumping out of my seat. A cross finds nobody there. Johnson puts it back in. Kakiao gets it in, and Brady hits it over. We needed a goal from Harry Brady there. What changes can I make here? There's 15 minutes to go. Let's have a look and see what options I've got on the bench. Brady is absolutely dead on his feet, but I desperately need a goal. I think what I'm going to do is bring on Jack Evans, and I'm going to move Anthony Johnson into the striker's position. What else do we want to do here? Igor Louise is shattered. Let's get Juan Carlos Gomez in there. And, I mean, what other choices do I have here? Maybe Preetz for Baker. Let's get Cedric Preetz in. And I'm going to make Parkin a deep line playmaker, I think. Or an advanced play. No, deep line playmaker. There we go. Let's see if with those 3 changes, let's go attacking as well. Let's see what else can I do to sort of really throw caution to the wind here. I'm going to play wider, and let's see if maybe just going out to the wings and being more expressive can help us. I don't think there's anything else I want to change apart from maybe just pressing a little bit more. Let's have a look. Let's go full press, and let's see if there is one more chance in this game. The 3 subs are motivated. What can they do for us here? Kakiao absolutely shattered as well. Maybe I should have taken Kakiao off and not Harry Brady, but let's encourage the players. Last few minutes. Is there one more highlight in this? Please. Well done, Jamie Weeks. Wins it back. Can we have a comeback to end all comebacks here? It's in for Johnson, and Johnson off the post. Oh my goodness, there's another one here. We are still in this. Great ball from Parkin Johnson, and it's saved this time. And Johnson was offside. Come on, one more, boys. We deserve this. They have not had a single shot on target the entire second half. We've absolutely dominated the second half of that game, and those early mistakes have cost us the points. We have once again been undone. We have once again been undone against fellow promotion chasers, and that is a really hard one to take. After we went 3 down, we were absolutely the better team, the dominant team in the game. And you've got to look at the chances that Harry Brady missed, that Johnson missed, that Ibsen Toledo missed in the first half after the second goal. You've got to look at those chances we've missed there, and you have to say that is a really, really harsh defeat. Let's have a quick little look at the schedule then, and let's see when we're going to be back. I think most likely it's going to be the Chelsea FA Cup game, but let's have a quick look and see. So with that defeat, we have dropped to 4th, unfortunately. West Brom are now only 9 points behind Fulham, who looked like they were going to easily run away with it. West Brom have just destroyed Derby 5-1 away from home. That's a big result. And Fulham losing to Burnley is absolutely huge as well. Yeah, what a disappointing result. I mean, we really should have took the points from that game. Let's have a quick look at the schedule. Like I say, I think we are looking at the FA Cup 5th round. Yeah, there's really not a game that I would want to focus on before that. So I think we'll be back for Chelsea away in the 5th round. Hopefully we'll have 4 wins on the trot to speak about when we get to that game, and we can kind of really grab that 2nd place back. We'll hope so, and we will see. Now, the only thing to talk about before we go today is Mario Kacquiao. And you know what? I think this is no longer 101 part 2, is it? I think this is episode 102, really. Mario Kacquiao now, he wants a new contract after we gave a new contract to Igor Luiz. Now, he wanted 13,500 a week. We could only offer him 8.5. Now, I offered him all sorts of other incentives, including a percentage of any future sale. He turned all that down. He does still want to negotiate. We offered him another contract, but the problem is that his contract demands have gone up to almost 16,000 a week, and our ability to pay has gone down to about 6,500 a week. So we are so far apart, it's going to be impossible. And I think he's going to be a more and more unhappy player as this season goes on. So we really need to get to the Premier League if we want to keep him. He's only got a year left on his contract. If we can't get to the Premier League, I think we would have to look to sell him in the summer. Birmingham have reopened their interest in him. We'll have to see if any sort of offer comes in. I'd be looking to get at least sort of 10 million for him. But yeah, I hope we can keep hold of him because he's such a difference maker. 10 goals and 10 assists this season is obviously absolutely huge. I mean, he's had 3 great seasons with us. A little bit down on his goals this season, but he is playing, in terms of his average rating, his best ever season with us. And there's still a fair way to go. I'm sure he's going to get into double figures for goals in terms of the league. And he's probably going to have his best ever season for assists. So, such an important player for us, been a big part of how we've managed on the budget that we've got to do what we've done in the Championship, make the playoffs last season, be competing for automatic promotion this season. It's really, really tough going. So, yeah, there we go. I'm going to play through the next 4 games, and we will be back hopefully tomorrow for Chelsea away in the 5th round of the FA Cup. Can we get some good form back to take into that game? Let's hope so. If you've enjoyed the video, drop a like on it and subscribe to the channel to help us grow and assure that I can do more of these videos. And yeah, we'll see you very, very soon for the FA Cup 5th round versus Chelsea. Have a great day and see you on the next one. Bye for now.